What's up, guys? It's the new sensation, Bigger Notation here, and I'm here with the coolest deck in the regionals. Irritorum, or Tom, from Team -2 over here, piloted Tapion to a top 8 finish, the newest, coolest blue deck on the market. How you feeling today, Tom?
Oh, I'm pretty good. What an intro. That is the coolest deck of the regional. I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I will do my usual. I'll take myself off the screen, and I'll let the master speak his words of wisdom.
Master. Yeah, sure, man. Whatever you say. So anyway, this is basically Oliver's list, but he couldn't get it together in time, so I played it instead with a few tweaks. So yeah, let's just go through the deck, I guess. So leader is top 5 on attack. You can grab a Trunks, Hero, Phantom Demon. You awaken at 4 or with a Harudegan in play on tap, draw 1. Down to 6. Pretty cool. Whatever. Don't matter, because the backside is better. Because once per turn, both yours and your opponent's turn, you combo a blue hero from your drop. And then, because of the way it's worded, it doesn't necessarily make sense, but it works according to the rulebook. If you have, for example, 2 heroes in your combo area at the end of the battle, you can then choose to play both of those heroes. And the heroes, which we'll get to in a sec, are basically draws or searches. And then at the end of the turn, whichever turn they're played on, they go to the drop after. Leader's very cool. Leader draws a shit ton. I'm not going to say it does draw like SS4, but I wouldn't fault you for saying that. I'm not going to say it though. And the deck is very, very cool. Very, very fun. Yeah, let's get into the heroes, I guess, the 1-drops. So we have 4 of the Minutia, which is literally just a draw 1, and 2 of the top 5 Searcher, which grabs a Trunks, Hero, or Phantom Demon that costs 4 or less. This card can stuff off. I whiffed way too many times today. Even with, I mean, I think I have a decent ratio of things, but yeah, so this will probably get replaced with another Minutia draw 1 that's just a different type of Minutia. They both do have an activate battle where you can put this in the drop to give a blue Harudegan 5k for the battle. That'll never be relevant in your life. So yeah, those are the cantrips. Basically you want to see those, and you have ways of tutoring those out of your deck into the drop, which is nice. So the Harudegans you use for awakening. Today I ran 4 of the top half of Harudegan, which is what I'll call it from now, and then the bottom 3 of the bottom half. They both have deflect 15k. They play for 1 if you have 2 energy. They whip out a Minutia or a Tapion, depending on which one you play, from your deck into the drop. So it sets these up real nice, and then you can awaken and start comboing them out. They both have on attacks, which are pretty good as well. The legs, when they attack, you can put a hero that's in play into the drop to bottom deck any battle card of your opponent's. And this one, when it attacks, spin a hero into the drop to gain 5 and crit. Really good early turns. This one especially, good for pressure. However, if we did check out the Tapions, this is just a side thought, if we took out the Tapions, this would not be able to grab fuck all. So that'll be something to consider with the changes that we might make. Yeah, so you just need these to awaken, and they're fine to, push for 1 damage mid-game as well. So with these 1-drops that you're bringing in and they're constantly going to drop, it's not great that they're constantly going to drop, so you're going to want ways to get back into your hand if you could, which is the archetype of the deck. So we run this 4-drop Tapion, which is double strike 20k, and 3-drop Trunks, which is 15k but combos with 1 from drop. The Tapion also bottom decks a 4 or less ignoring barrier on play, which is lovely. The Trunks has to attack to get its auto, so it's less good in my opinion, and certain matchups it comes straight out. But these are both played by bouncing, tapping 1, and bouncing a 1-drop from the board back to your hand. So this stops you, having them go to drop at the end of the turn, and then you can constantly keep recurring them, coming them from hand, and 1 from drop, just so you can get some good value on both turns. 4-drop Tapion is the best because barrier removal in blue is very scarce. Granted, it is only 4 or less, but for blue hate specifically, this is lovely. But yeah, 4 Tapions for sure. Trunks could potentially come down. I know there is the promo Trunks as well that'll let me bounce cards back on my opponent's turn, so there's definitely room for that. because that also removes on play that bottom deck's a 4 cost or less, not ignoring barrier. So there's definitely some room to make for that when I can get my hands on that promo. This is, I'll say now, this is an entirely promo-less deck. There's no Trunk promo and there's no Tapion promo. I wish I had them. They are fantastic cards for the deck, and I'll absolutely be sticking them in. Boss monster, quote unquote, of the deck is an 8-drop, 25k dual attack. Again, on attack, it bottom decks a card, a battle card. Comes down for 2 if you have 2 or more blue cards in your battle area and 3 or more energy. So this card's fantastic. It can sort of go through block and negates. It can also, it's just a really good form of removal. Getting the 2 blue cards in your battle area is fine if you can get a swing through to combo your 1-drops in. But if not, you know, maybe you've got like a Z extra down, that counts as well, which is super relevant today. But yeah, this guy's definitely caught a lot of people off guard today, it seems, because even when it comes to later in the game and maybe my hand's dwindling from combo power, this guy, while he's a 25, it's like I said, dual attack, so you'd swing. He's got an activate battle, where you can again bounce one of your 1-drops back to your hand, and then he gains 10k and double. And then realistically, if you're going all in for game or whatever, that's another 5k back into your hand, so that's effectively a 40k double strike for a boss monster. And you can, obviously that's once per turn, so you can only do it on 1 swing. 8-drop's fantastic. I absolutely would not cut this down. It's sort of the main, I guess, aggression of the deck that's not just generic good stuff, which obviously we'll be getting to soon. Oh, excuse me. Super combos. 4 Tapion, draw 1. It's searchable off leader. If you are constantly recurring this 1-drop to top 5 search, I cannot tell you how many times I've been able to grab super combos, and more often than not, I'll search like 3 a game. Or, just casually draw into them with the amount that I'm drawing. So having just a 4 life draw 1 is fine. I can see an argument for Vegeta if we end up taking the searcher out. That would make sense, but like I said, that's for future thought. The super combo was fantastic for me today, more than enough, because the deck already draws way too much that you don't necessarily need to bottom deck draw 2. Generic blue good stuff. 4D magic. It used to be at 3 with most blue decks, but with the potential of a Purunga secret rare running around, I think 4 is probably just a safe choice. With the energy marker as well, blue, you're not necessarily too bothered about your energy being rested by Purunga secret rare. I think I had UR number 1 drop to me today, so that would have rested my other energy, but I had an energy marker, D magic, and then you back up and you're chilling. So yeah, 4D magic felt really good today. 3 Senzu Bean. Good card, I guess. It's a good card. Yeah, don't not run it. Trio, I run 3. I only own 3. I could potentially run 4. It's nice just to remove the scary keywords, and then obviously you still want to get to the battle step, so you can use your activate battle, combo your 1-drops, bring them in. More often than not, if you're against a deck that's got removal, you can just combo this off straight away. A good friend once told me something along the lines of, in blue, you really need to be spending an energy and replacing it with a card. What was it, Ollie? I can't remember what you said.
Blue likes to use its energy to draw cards because it has lots of energy and not very many cards.
There you go. So he knows. He's So yeah, I mean, this card's, it's fantastic. It's like you look at it on paper and you're like, yeah, it's just a 1-drop. It doesn't even negate the attack, but taking the keywords is good, and getting to that battle step is very important. Yeah, great card. Could run forward, definitely. 2 defending friends. As every week goes on, I'm liking this card less and less, but you kind of need hard negates, and this is blue's best floodgate. I've sided this out a couple times today, mainly just replaced with some other negates that are in the side deck. I mean, like this, if you're against red, it gets ripped out by Vegeta and Crown. If you're against anybody who runs Koitsukai, this sucks. So does this. Yeah, I don't know. This card's fine. It's definitely losing its juice, shall we say? I ran 2 Realm today. Initially, this was 2 UI camis. That was mainly because going into the Vegito matchup, it's pretty awful. It's, if you watched on stream, it's horrible trying to deal with these 30k doubles every turn, especially since they have barrier. So the UIs were nice to get me up to a nice 15 on 15 to 30, leader, you know, go to 35 and not really lose much. Just sort of it replaces itself with the 1-drop that you play from draw. I kind of wish I had them today, but the realms were fine too, because Ollie found a certain spice that was good into Vegeta, so I replaced the UIs with them in the side. But Realm was still good. Realm has its uses, obviously getting rid of 2-drop. You can never have too much clear, really. And if somebody wants to all in on a low cost battle card or something, Realm's fantastic, and obviously replaces itself. So good card, could probably be replaced or sided. 2 Goku Black. Personally, I don't really like this card, but I've noticed after playing a little bit through the past couple of weeks that you do actually gain more of the energy than I initially thought, because I thought since you're always comboing your 1-drops and want to play them, you'd never get that much. But when it comes to the late stages of the game, a 1-drop 20k that can remove something on your opponent's turn as well is really good. Replaces itself. This is effectively a temporary slot for the promo trunks that, again, I don't have yet because it replaces the 4-drops. Removes a 4-drop of your opponent's. But you actually get your 1-drops back to your hand that you're bringing in, so that could be replaced with the trunks. But this card did. Actually, no, it did nothing for me today. But it's been alright outside of today, so that's why I kept it in. 2 Gohan Res. Card's not anything crazy. I only used it today, I think, to pay 3, remove combo secret rare, and that's kind of it. But again, it's just a 1-cost removal of a 5 or less if you need it. The triple attack should never really be relevant because you'll often be getting just floodgated with a Nimbus, a Dance, or Petrification, or I got Time Magic today, so the triple attack never really too relevant, but it's just a nice body to bring in on your opponent's turn. 2 Oob. This is just to punish players who want to Z-Charge, or if your entire archetype is focused on Z-Charge, this lovely card. Definitely could. I mean, I side it out against. I more side this card out against players who I know will not charge Z-Charge against blue, because it is the most dead card when this card is played around. So this is quite an easy side target. But yeah, it's still a great card when you can get it off. And like if you're against something like Gohanks, for example, like this is just a great card because it's always going to be live. Secret rare of the deck, Boo Unison. I mean, it's fine. I actually included this, which put me to a 51 total counting deck. Ollie was not happy about that. Said I'd know about it if I bricked. I didn't necessarily brick. I just whiffed a couple times, whatever. It's fine. You can probably put it in the side. It comes straight out against green, obviously. I like this into black matchups, to be fair, but normally the slower ones. And it didn't feel like there were any slow black matchups today. And when I say, I guess I just mean Cumber for that. But yeah, Boo was fine as always. Other secret rare, Vegeta Overrealm. I mean, removes the blocker, 3-player 30k, can't argue with that. And third secret rare, Beast. Yeah, restanding Oob is great. Restanding your 8-drop can be super relevant if you've, let's say, you've not managed to get off the double strike yet. I think, yeah, Beast showed up quite a bit today just because you draw so much, so you eventually get into it. But I wouldn't even say it's... No, well, I mean, obviously it's necessary because it's a secret rare, but it's not a deck that lives and dies by its secret rare, if that makes sense. Surmounting. If you're against, I don't know, maybe a mill deck or something, I know that pain. Getting stuck at a high life is obviously never good. If, let's say, your Harudagans are getting answered by something with green and popping them, or like Goku Deflection Kamimura or something. If you need to get down to 4 to awaken, useful. Yeah, sure, whatever, good card. 2 Z extras. The bottom deck in a 2-cost can be relevant, but sometimes because you need to get to the battle step to bring in your heroes and then actually play, you know, your Trunkses, your Tapions, your other Tapions. Sometimes you will just have to pass with quite a lot up. So being able to just, you know, if you've got the energy spare, to throw one of these down, it's set up ready to go. It's not too bad. This also very, very relevant for me today, which I need to watch back soon. So the 8-drop only checks for blue cards in battle area, not battle cards. So this absolutely saved my ass today, because it's just the only 1 energy blue card that I had to play. So yeah, this card's fantastic, 2-off, whatever. It's good. 2 Beerus. I mean, it's your higher cost barrier removal. You need Beerus. You can't really run blue without Beerus against, especially decks with barrier. 1 ramp, 21. It's removal. It's ramp. Never played it today. I also don't run the Zamasu that you can stick under there to give it indestructible. It might be a bit better if I did have that, but meh. 2 cell. Absolutely did not come up today. Way too expensive in this deck, it feels. You've got better things to be doing for removal in the main deck. But still, I mean, if you're against something like Jiren or AOD, this is always a nice to have. 1 Vegeta. Did not come up today. Like, Z deck was barely played today. Like I said, I get the Z energy, I don't necessarily use it. Main thing was Beerus and the Mighty Blasts today. But let's say you get floodgated hard, you can't bring anything in. You feel safe enough to just pass with a Vegeta down, which granted nowadays is not often. Yeah, he's there. And then a Trunks Unison. This is the Z Unison for the deck. I think I played it against Peter as a sort of meme because he nimbused me, and it is literally here to be an extra swing when you be nimbused, and that's it. When it's played, you can combo with your rest mode heroes, so you bring your 1-drops in, they play in rest, you can then combo them off with this, with anything after you've played this. And what does the +0 do? You KO your own Hirudegarn to bounce a blue hero 1-drop, and then you untap one. It's fine, it's cute. Maybe I could have played that more today, but yeah. Z-deck not super relevant for me today, apart from, like I say, Beerus and the Mighty Blasts. We'll quickly get into the sides. 2 Tapion. Vegeta SCR removal. If you come across that and you don't have this, you just lose if they see it. You might as well scoop. So, yeah, you have to run this. There is a world where Oliver especially has been looking to get the Calamity Challenger Trunks in the deck, which would need some ratio changes in the main deck, but that would let you search this out. So in that matchup, that would be pretty fucking juicy. But yeah, I don't have the room for that at the minute. So 2 of these, lovely. Extra Bean for low to the ground aggro. Main ones that come to mind are stuff like AOD, Red Androids. Well, anything that's low to the ground but swings a lot. I also side this in against Yellow just because a lot of Yellow, I mean, granted Yellow's not super popular at the minute because, I mean, if anyone's trying to use 7 Prolonga, good luck. But yeah, most of the Yellow swingers tend to be fairly low enough to the ground that a Bean is relevant, and obviously when you need a free combo, you get to 25 nice and easy. Coit Sky, super good card. Did I side it today? What did I play against today? I mean, I sided it against Janemba Mill. I didn't necessarily do too much. Sided it against Prismatic. Can't remember if I used it or not, but it's definitely good in the Prismatic matchup. I mean, yeah, it's a nice to have, and it deters a lot of very commonly found cards, especially, I mean, obviously if I come against blue. Cooler Mill as well. It's nice against Cooler Mill. Not as good as it used to be, but it's fine. Speaking of Cooler Mill, I couldn't let the 1 Mecha Kubera go by because this deck, obviously, like I say, draws so much that Mill is a very big problem. If you come against Cooler Mill, I imagine you will have the worst possible time. So I didn't let go of I used to run 2 in Soul Striker, obviously, but at least 1 Mechie for Cooler specifically, and any other matchup that might be relevant, like if I run across a Swap Broly or something. Thought it would just be nice to hold on to it in case. Dabura, any green matchup, every green deck nowadays is going to make you discard. This, I'm pretty sure I played against 2 green decks today. Green Trunks, Green Goku, yeah. I've definitely resolved it at least 3, maybe even 4 times, like 2 in each game. You're fine leaving energy up to do it. Again, he gets hit by Koitsukai, but whatever. Very good card for... Oh, actually, no, what I did do today... Bardock Unison came down against me. I have 1 energy and an energy marker. I'm tapped, obviously, because I've played a cantrip, whatever. And I think with the Trunks Mai, he plays a 1-drop Mai, and then popped it with the Bardock. Whether it was good or not, I don't know. But being able to ditch the Burra and then use my energy marker just to play out and have a 15k swing that can then go into the Bardock as well, felt really good for like turn 1. That was cute. But other than that, you can normally save it for like a Solidarity or something like that. Yeah, so this, I mean, this could honestly go up to 3, but the deck doesn't struggle with hand size, so you probably don't need the Mafuba. This is the negate that I would often side in and take out Defending Friends. Came up today against a Golden Cooler, which, I mean, I was lucky to have the Mafuba at that time because I didn't. It was a green deck. I didn't expect Cooler, but I put it in anyway just for Solidarity. So that came up pretty huge today. It's good against. I side this in against things like Gohanks as well. Anything that could run Vegito Secret Rare. The card's just so good. I think not today, but in testing or in locals or something, I don't know. Somebody played the tap 4 Green Goku and then had the field card that would redirect to the big Goku. They swing with a Goku, you Mafuba it, that redirect is now irrelevant. If they were relying on like a Dormant or something, you now that little bit extra being able to push through a Dormant or an Easy. So it has its applications. It's a good card is all I'll say. Smirk. More barrier removal, kind of relevant, but it's so versatile as well because it's like it's extra draw if you need it, so it's got the function of a draw rip. It's barrier removal if you need it, which you do. So against Vegeta, like it's 2 energy to remove a 1 cost that they bring out, but you need to remove it. So if you can't drop Beerus, this is good. And then it's Unison removal, which obviously with Z Unisons again, Vegeta. A lot of this was sort of Vegeta was my boogeyman today because I played against it a bit, and the deck is a bit bonkers. And when I say Vegeta, I obviously mean the black one. So yeah, Smoke was good. I think playing against Mikey on Vegex, I said it's 7 cards, which were these 2, and these 3. This was Oliver's last minute tech. Found it like 11:30, maybe midnight last night, and you were like, Tom, I found the tech. I'm like, okay, what is it? And I mean, yeah, it's against Vegeta, like especially this. You probably have to hard mulligan for it with the new mulligan rules, which is why I ran 3. But if you see this like turns 1 and 2, you see 2 copies, then you're kind of chilling for a bit because it's only on your turn, and it's if your opponent has 3 or less energy. But you combo with it, and you KO a 30k or more habit that has barrier, or ignoring barrier, should I say. So this card is, if Vegeta pops off, this card is probably super relevant, especially if you're in a deck that can search it, Oliver. But yeah, I mean, I tried 3 today. I got 1 off against Mikey before he got to 4 energy basically, but he obviously Vegex plays a bit of a slower game than Vegeta does, so it'd be more relevant in the Vegeta matchup because they tend to drop 1 turn 2 after they've awakened or something. So yeah, this cute tech, love it. I hope it actually proves more relevant if I actually face Vegeta, because I'm still yet to face it in regionals, luckily. Red Gohanks, I won that game. Ivan, lovely guy. Came down to time. I think Ivan had a 4-minute turn 0, and I had a 1-minute turn 1, and I managed to speed through my turn to get to it, get to the win. Spirit Bomb, I won against Spirit Bomb. That was a fine matchup. I mean, like I said, the energy marker came in huge there after you were number 1'd with the big 8-drop Goku. So that was good. Managed to win that one. Prismatic. It was a bit of it wasn't the usual line for Prismatic. They used some Vegeta Z Unison stuff, and it wasn't I was expecting, just the typical Prismatic of 2-drop Z card. Here's a 8-drop. 2-drop for Z card. Here's another 8-drop. I'm like, okay, yeah. So that was different. Maybe play a bit awkwardly almost caught me off guard, but managed to win that one. Green Goku. It's a good deck. It doesn't draw as much as Green Gohan, which is kind of my one-off put to it. Green Goku, that was the matchup where I managed to get him a Fuga off a cooler. Done the best sequencing I've ever done in my life. I'll never do it again. To swing over like uneasing, I think it was fantastic. I managed to win that one. Great game. Janemba Mill, Peter, eat shit. If I had the promos, we were talking. We've done the matchup with promos. If I had the promos, it'd be a slightly different story, but it's still just such an unfavourable matchup with how much this deck can draw. And then Green Trunks Mai, again just a fairly standard green good stuff deck, and managed to pull out a big win there with again some really nice sequencing. Just trying to swing over a Dorman basically. And then into top 8, which is where we ended our journey because we faced Mikey on Vajex. And that was pretty rough because he managed to get, 3 6-drop double strike barriers down, and blue just can't handle that if you don't have Beast. But yeah, Tapion's a super fun deck. Super good deck. For a blue deck anyway. Yeah. And yeah, I came in today expecting to just 0-3 and then just say, okay, cool, I made top 64 and then bugger off. But yeah, going on a bit of a streak to eventually lose to Peter, but then force myself into top 8 basically. Was super nice. So yeah.
Hell yeah! And you've definitely been able to show off the power of Tapion, as we were hoping.
Yeah. There's nobody else around here who's a Tapion guy apart from me. No, I'm just kidding. I will say, I've seen some builds of this deck that... No, I won't say. It's fine. Good job, guys. We'll get him in the next time. Tapion gang for life,
Tapion gang, what?
Tapion gang for life, what?